How do criminals turn dirty cash into clean money without getting caught? This question remains a very big one in the mind of people about financial crime and money laundering. Every illegal fortune leaves a trail and could be tracked, but over time, smart criminals have learned how to cover this track with different means and different methods. In this video, I'll be breaking down the three sneaky stages that smart criminals employ to turn dirty cash into clean money. These three stages are stages criminals use in hiding their crimes in plain sight. From cash drops into small businesses to hidden transactions across the globe. These smart criminals have mastered the ways to cover their tracks. And in this video, we shall be exploring the stages that goes into money laundering, whereby they turn this dirty cash into invisible. And also, I'll be telling you the things you need to understand to figure out a money laundering pattern and a money laundering scenario. But before we go right into it, what if I tell you that money laundering as a crime can be prevented? All you just need to do is to understand the intricacies and the stages that goes into it. Now, let's get right into the video. As complex as money laundering is, it needs to begin with a very first stage. This first stage is where the money gets introduced into the financial system, but here is a caveat. At this stage, the criminals must not move this money in large quantities. So they break it down into bits so as to avoid every form of suspicion. This stage is called placement. This is called what? Placement. At this stage, the money gets introduced into the financial system through different methods, and this method eventually brings the dirty money into the system in a way that do not arouse suspicion from authorities and the financial institution. Well, some of the methods that criminals use in this stage include using fake invoices where no goods or services are actually purchased. Another method is for these criminals to mix and blend this dirty money with clean cash in form of legitimate business through cash intensive businesses. The third method is purchasing high value goods such as luxury cars, real estate, and even artworks with the hope of selling this product for clean money. This first stage is essential because this is where the money gets introduced into the financial system. After the funds have been successfully placed into the system, that is not the end of the money laundering life cycle. The fund still has a very quite long way to go. Washing dirty money does not end at placement. What is done next will actually surprise you. The dirty money needs to be moved from one account to another through multiple transactions, which are actually illegal, just to ensure that the original source of the funds is covered and hidden. This stage is called layering. The layering stage involves moving the dirty money from one account to another through series of multiple illegitimate transactions, just to ensure that the source of the illicit funds is hidden. The main goal of this stage is to ensure that the source of the illegal fund remains hidden from authorities and financial institutions. Some of the tactics and methods used in this stage include converting these illicit funds into different cryptocurrencies and switching blockchains. Another method is opening accounts at different financial institutions at different countries. Also, they invest in high value businesses like real estate, just to ensure that the source of the fund is not tracked and it remains hidden. We must note that there is a wide difference between the first and second stage of money laundering. The first stage, which is placement, is where the illicit funds get introduced into the financial system, while the second stage, which is layering, is where the source of the funds is covered through multiple transactions. After the funds have been successfully placed and distributed into different accounts in smaller sizes, how do you think criminals retrieve this money for spending? Or what is the essence of this whole rigorous process if they cannot spend the money without arousing suspicion? This then brings us to the third stage of money laundering. This is where the criminal retrieve these funds in the form of a legitimate or clean money. This third stage is called integration. At the integration stage, criminal gets to retrieve the illegitimate funds which has already been laundered, and they are able to spend this money in form of a legitimate money without arousing suspicion. At this third stage, criminals go through different processes which include taking losses. They pay taxes because they believe that this process is part of what ensures a successful money laundering. And why do they pay tax? They pay tax because they do not want to arouse suspicion from tax authorities and law enforcement agencies. Some of the tactics used in this stage include issuing fake invoices or increasing the price on the goods being sold, and then taking the laundered money in form of illegitimate money to spend. They also pay salaries to fake employees, that is, employees that do not exist within a company, just to ensure that these funds are diverted and they look clean. As you can see from all of this, it is quite difficult to differentiate between legitimate money and illicit funds, as criminals have gone through different processes to ensure that all of this dirty cash are washed clean and taken back into the general economy. Obviously, money laundering is a very serious crime and it is quite harmful to everyone involved and even the economy at large. But what if I tell you that money laundering can be prevented? The big question then is how? In our next video, I'll be exploring with you different methods through which businesses and individuals can ensure that they prevent money laundering and we have a sane economy. And you know what to do not to miss this video. Hit the subscribe button and also the bell right beside it to get notified whenever we drop this video. Then I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.